but the events of the last one were still vexing me. I couldn't stop thinking about this Jesus of Nazareth fella. Who was he? How had he died? How had he come back from the dead? I had too many questions for my own good, so I decided to start with the first question. How had he died? Seemed like a good idea to start there and backtrack. So I made my way to a meeting of the Jewish Sanhedrin. They were supposed to be the people who killed Jesus, so I figured they might know something. Now, these Sanhedrin guys don't like people listening in on their meetings, so I hid behind a stack of crates in the corner. It sounded something like this.
Alright, this meeting of the Sanhedrin will come to order. Hey, all yous priests and Pharisees, listen up.
Sure, boss.
Our first order of business is our financial report from Vinny the Weasel. Vinny.
Thanks, boss. It's with deep remorse that I report a rather significant drop in our earnings from all the scams in our organization.
Hey, wait a minute. The guy who was overturning the tables of the money changers and the sacrifice sellers. Didn't we bump him off? He was the Messiah, right?
That's alleged Messiah, Benny.
Sorry, boss. But I thought we bumped him off, didn't we?
I was under the same impression, Vinny. Did we punch the wrong ticket?
Oh, we got the right man, all right, boss. It was Jesus of Nazareth hanging on that cross, all right. I even had the guard run a spear through his heart before we took him down to bury him.
Well then, how do you explain the continued drop in our earnings from our operations?
Yeah! If he was the guy who overturned the tables of the money changers and the sacrifice sellers, how come we ain't back to normal again?
I'll ask the questions around here.
Sorry, boss.
Okay. If he was the guy what overturned the tables of the money changers and the sacrifice sellers, how come we ain't back to normal again?
Good question, boss.
Thank you, Benny.
You're welcome, boss.
So explain to us, Vinny. How come our earnings is still way down?
Yeah, the word is, boss, this Jesus guy raised from the dead.
Raised from the dead. That's a good one, eh, boss? Raised from the dead.
Put a sock in it, Benny.
Yeah, sure, boss. It wasn't that funny anyways.
No, it wasn't. I had to personally engineer a cover-up when his body disappeared from the tomb.
You mean he did raise from the dead?
Button your lip. Nobody's supposed to know. We was gonna whack everybody what saw Jesus. But we found out that Jesus appeared to more than 500 people after the resurrection.
That's alleged resurrection, meathead.
Sorry, boss.
Achoo! What's in these crates? Cat fur?
Hey, what was that?
Pay attention, meathead.
Sorry, boss.
Resurrection or not, Jesus should no longer be an influence on the earnings of this here organization.
Why not, boss? Did someone punch his ticket again?
You been hiding under a rock, Benny? Jesus ascended into heaven.
He allegedly ascended into heaven, meathead.
Sorry, boss.
Holy smokes! Where was I?
I sent you down to Jericho to stir up some civil unrest as a diversion, so as nobody would pay much attention to the alleged Messiah allegedly raising from the dead.
Oh, yeah. I ain't had so much fun stirring up a riot for a long time.
What I don't understand is why, after Jesus disappears into the clouds, we are still suffering financially as if he was still on earth.
Yeah, so who is overturning the tables on the money changers and the sacrifice sacrifice sellers.
Oh, nobody is doing nothing like that.
Then what's going on here?
I'll ask the questions here, meathead.
Soy boss.
Then what's going on here?
People just ain't sacrificing anymore, boss. They say this Jesus was sacrificed for their sins, so there's no other sacrifice necessary.
We can't let him get away with that, can we, boss?
What about our other scams? What about the collections for the widows and the orphans out on the street corners?
The disciples of Jesus are selling their property and sharing with the poor directly. People with extra space in their homes are inviting widows and orphans to live with them. The homeless ain't homeless no more.
We can't let them get away with that, can we, boss?
What about our scam called Prayers for Healing? That was always a moneymaker.
The apostles will heal everybody they touch.
We can't let them get away with that, can we, boss?
Put a sock in it, Benny.
Sorry, boss.
We can't let them get away with that. Let's have the apostles arrested.
We just arrested Peter and John after they healed a lame beggar. They spent the night in jail. But we couldn't charge them with anything. There's no law against healing lame people.
Well, at least it slowed them down, huh?
Not really. While Peter and John was in jail, the Christians had 5,000 more converts.
Talk about stupid!
What are you laughing about?
5,000 people is following a guy who ain't here no more. Talk about stupid!
One of them stupid people was my mother.
Oh, sorry, boss. Ooh, where are you taking me, boss?
I'm taking you to clean all the toilets in the temple with your toothbrush. This meeting is adjourned.
When the Sanhedrin left, I snuck out from behind the crates. My face had swollen up, and I couldn't feel my lips. Whatever was in those crates, I was definitely allergic to it. But I had learned some valuable information about this Jesus character. Now I just have to get out of here and figure out what to do next. As soon as the swelling goes down, and I can see out of my eyes again, that's what I'll do.